Hello everybody, I'm Robert Bruce Anderson and this is video number 6 in my free series of crafters training on how to sell more crafts. It doesn't matter whether your craft is wedding dresses, grandfather clocks, jewelry, or pet rocks, I suppose. It doesn't matter. I'm going through a series of training videos that will show you everything that you need to do it. I'm going to try and keep this one short, but to be honest, it's going to be more than a half an hour and probably less than an hour. Before I get going, let me just show you that I am me and it's live. Hi, I'm Rob. But you don't need to be watching me. In truth, you need to be looking at the information I give you on the screen. So I'm going to switch over to share my screen now. And it'll be far better. And I don't have to waffle onwards while I'm looking at you here. So let me switch to my desktop and switch you off of that screen there. Sorry, it takes a bit of timing, and working at software is hectic. And you should now be on my screen that I'm going to be talking about. Okay, so at this point, if you followed my training, you know that you have researched the perfect craft that suits you through keyword research, etc. from my previous videos, okay? You've taken that product and you've produced enough of them and onto your friends, onto craft markets and your friends' flea markets to know that you've got a winning product, okay? Once you've got to that point, before you start to just make products week after week, remember you're in business, okay? So at this point, you are already in business. My comment is, love it, appreciate it. It's a joy to be in your own business, that you are already making profits because you've researched the product correctly and you've made it of a high enough standard and people are buying them. Okay, but a website or your online marketing can literally take you to 10 times more, 100 times more. Thousands, I've got no idea, but much more. So that's where we're going to go with this video. It's I'm not going to teach you how to build a website in this. You'd need hours and hours, many hours, 6, 8, 10, 12 hours just to cover the basics. But I'm going to tell you the very least of what you need to do and how you need to do it. Let me start with what I've written for you here. Okay, so let me start with the obvious, and I know the answer to this, but I'm going to point it out to you again. If you are a real business, there's a certain way that you have to do it, okay? And your website is, I'm talking about a real business for your website, for your online marketing. Basically, it's self-hosted, a self-hosted WordPress website, okay? I'll talk about that more in a second. Now, if you are happy to buy your traffic, so now you know that you've got a winning product, you know there's a demand for it, your profits are high enough, and you don't want to go into this process of 6 months to a year, it'll be that long, of building your website out into such a manner that it's got 30, 40, 200 pages, 40 pages minimum. 200 pages would be far better, and 1,000 pages is perfect. So can you see? And you've got, on top of your self-hosted site, you've got a Blogger, a Weebly, a Wix, you've got Twitter things, you've got Pinterest, you've got Facebook, you've got, and all of them are things that you're active on, working on it because you're building organic traffic. So your choice was, if you want organic traffic, you've got 6 months to a year of hard work. But when that's finished, oh, I've got to show you this quote. It's a beautiful thing. She's here somewhere. I don't know where I had her. Oh, no, I've got her here somewhere. Maybe this one. Pot Pie Girl, a very successful online marketing lady. Jennifer Ledbetter or something. I'm not totally sure her surname, but Jennifer's her name. She's got a perfect quote here. If you're willing to do for a year what others won't, you can spend a lifetime doing what others can't. So a year of hard work will give you a lifetime of reaped rewards. With online marketing and affiliate marketing, it's a definite. You could literally take 6 months, a year of your year off and still earn 10 times what other people earn. But you've chosen, sorry, I say this with a smile, you've chosen to be a crafter So even when you're successful, you will be physically busy at day and night. And yeah, at some point you can train staff. That's cool. Okay. So Jennifer says, work very hard for a year and you will get organic traffic for your lifetime. Sort of. It's not quite that simple, but it's kind of close enough. Or you let me build for you. There's a free version. Somewhere down here. Maybe I don't even mention it. But if you get your hosting through me, I will build you a 6 or 7 page website from you having chosen the hosting through me. Okay. And I'll probably talk about it later. And if you do that, you're in business to start paying for traffic from the very next day. And you will have a learning curve to learn which is the most profitable way to do your marketing. So you can pay for Pinterest ads, you can pay for Instagram, you can pay for Facebook, you can pay for Twitter, you can pay for Google ads. There's lots of ways. And you will learn through trial and error which ones work best for your chosen product and niche. For all you know, Plenty of Fish, you know the website, dating website, it's cheap traffic there. If the Plenty of Fish people are potential buyers of what you've got, you could advertise there and never have to go to all of this, but then all this effort to build up your organic traffic. But you will be paying for your traffic forever, and know that. Okay. And by the way, if you are paying for your traffic, you don't need to build your website out with any of these fancy things I tell you. You can even be on crappy hosting. Okay. But if you want Google to send you traffic, do what I say. Sort of. Pretty much. Okay. So if you're on any sort of a group of Facebook groups, especially if you're a crafter, you're going to hang around with other crafters, you're going to meet your crafting buddies at the wholesalers, you're going to meet them on the flea markets, on the craft markets, and you're going to chat. And here's the bad news, is that people get bad advice from other people, think they were given good advice, and happily give that, in inverted commas, good advice onto the next guy. And you are all referring very, very bad hosting companies. I mean, like really bad. Most of them, 80% of them, are getting super rich because they rely on that human factor, that we trust what other people tell us. So here comes Rob, and he says, do not use X, Y, Z. And I can name 3 big ones, which I don't want to. If you contacted me privately, I'll happily tell you who the bum ones are. But I don't want to blast them here. And then those, so, you know, you're being told to use those by your friends. And, well, your friend doesn't look like an idiot, but they've not ever researched the reality behind that hosting. And if you ask them, oh, they defend their decision. Oh, I've had no trouble for 5 years. I've been with them for 5 years. Imagine that. 5 years, they could have made 30% more profits by simply having changed their hosting, because they would have gone, their 30%, maybe more. Their hosting, their website speed would have loaded faster on a better hosting. That faster loading would have jumped them from page 2 to page 1 for their keywords. And instead of getting 10 clicks a week, they're suddenly getting 100. That's 10 times more money just by researching your hosting properly. Okay, so let me just say this. So for want of not having to get into a rant, you have to do self-hosting. I've got a comparison for this. People out there that say Wix and Weebly and Blogger are perfect for my business, I say this for them, they're not a real business. In fact, their IQ is even suspect, because they haven't stopped to think. They've trusted again what their friends told them. They believed an ad that came onto their when they were watching videos on YouTube that said, get a blah 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 website, it's free. Hi, my name is, and I built a beautiful website. Don't do that, people. Here, let me give you my story. If you had a perfect product, okay, but it took a long time to build up your stock, and you went into a shopping mall on condition, knowing, a popular shopping mall, not a problem with that, knowing that you don't own that shop or the mall, but the owner of the mall says, yeah, pay me a rent, or even for free, and I'll put you in that shop. But every morning you will come to me and I will unlock for you, and I will lock up for you at the end of the day. Okay. And after 6 months to a year, somebody complains about you. Oh, he smells when I'm in the lift with him. And the owner of the center decides, well, that's it. And he throws away your key, and your stock and your business is gone. That's how, potentially, how Wix or Weebly could. There has been one, and off the top of my head, I've forgotten what it was. It was bigger than Wix or Weebly 4 years ago. They were huge. They closed one day. They suddenly said, we've had enough, gone. All those businesses. Oh, they went on to tell you, we'll give you 6 months to move your website. Excuse me. You've been building links and value to this free thing for 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, whatever. And when you move it, you might as well start it from scratch. All those years of work wasted. Now, if you, which now we're talking about self-hosting, you owned the shopping center and somebody came and said, that guy in that shop, and it turned out to be you, is smelly. You say, well, thank you, we'll tell him to shower. You get where I'm going? Because you own the building, you can't get kicked out. Self-hosting, you cannot be shut down. Well, you could if you posting stupid things, and not porn or, illegal stuff. But within the context of this, people, these are fantastic. I love Wix, I love Weebly, I love Blogger, I love the WordPress.com. They are all free, and they are very good as satellite websites of yours. And it'll be part of my training in the future that you've got to build them to, if you could see my arms, sorry, they're floating in the air next to me, showing these satellite things, to where they will link to your money website and power your business to the stratosphere. But they cannot be your core business website. It has to be self-hosted WordPress. Yeah, WordPress, self-hosted. Now, you're going to immediately ask me, but what about Etsy? What about Shopify? Those are also things you pay for. But it doesn't mean that if you're paying for Shopify, that you still own the contents. Technically speaking, they can still shut you down one day if you breach their terms and conditions. Whereas self-hosting, if you break the terms of your hosting company, they just, well, you've backed it up. And even if they just slam you shut, you've got a backup. You go and you move your domain over to somebody else. You set up a new thing. You switch on your thing, and your self-hosting is still running. It's the same domain and everything. All that power has moved along with you, no problem. All that ranking power. So Etsy are very, very good. If you're in the very, very crafty field, I still believe your core business must be your self-hosted WordPress website. But if you've got a popular product, yes, Etsy's good. There are people that will debate Shopify versus WordPress. I'm not that anti-Shopify. And it's popular and it's working. I doubt it's going to be going away very soon. So my comment is this. If you're on Shopify, and in a way, Wix or Weebly, but they'll never give you the ranking that you might get from Shopify, and you'll definitely get from self-hosting. So, but if you've done very well, stash away 100,000 rands, $10,000, $20,000, and wait for the day that they're going to close you down, and then you've got money to build it all up again on a self-hosted WordPress website. Okay, so now there's the other argument. You can do a self-hosted and do PHP, Java, HTML. In other words, you get a coder, a guy with a ponytail that went to university, college to learn how to do this. You go to them and build them a website. No, don't do that, people. And here's why. A perfectly built website by a guy with a ponytail, if I can use that as my analogy. But this is a very, very, very highly qualified website coder. He is capable. 1 in 50 of them is capable of doing for you what you can get from WordPress. Most of the others are just all hats and no cattle. They're not going to be. They're just, because they learned how to do it, they think it's more important. They can tell you why WordPress is bad. Oh, WordPress is hacked all the time. They do try and hack WordPress all the time. Because why? Because it's the most popular. It's the biggest. So of course they're going to go for it. If your WordPress is set up right, you'll be hack-proof or pretty close to. Okay, so I get excited about this, guys. Seriously. Okay, so let's go back to this. Now, you're definitely going to go self-hosted WordPress. Now you need to look at the best hosting platform. Okay, now, this is those things that you hear from your friends on the group, and they say, you posted, hey guys, I need hosting. What do you recommend? And 80% of the people that look like they know what they're talking about on there are sending you to bad hosting, and even ones that are earning commissions that don't care will still send you to bad hostings. Here's how you test your hosting. You come to my website called, I've got to find it here somewhere, by the way, I've got so many sites open. Give me a minute, here it is. Oh, it's still not that one. I wonder where I headed. Hosting versus hosting, it is this one. Let me just go to the home page. I don't have a clue how to get back to home. I'd like to tell you I know how to. Yeah, here we go. So you go to my site, hosting versus hosting, and read about how I'm going to do this for you. Here's what happens. Or you just ask me and I'll tell you why and how I prove it. Okay. Here's what happens. If you go on to a search engine optimization specialist website where all these boffins are, people like me that know how to rank websites and things. Okay. So now you go to their website and or the Facebook group and you ask, hey guys, how do I test my hosting? Here's how. You click they say go and test the speed of it and improve your speed. So they will go to, oh, I've done this already. So you take your URL to GTmetrix and you pop in your hosting versus hosting, and it tells you that my site loads at 4.4 seconds. Okay, that's average good. And now I can go here and fix these things, and that's what these idiots will tell you to do. They'll say, just go to this, fix your site loading speed, and it'll load faster, and you're fine. But the problem is that the core, the engine or the chassis, whatever it is, the foundation of your website loading speed is your hosting company. And people don't seem to think that it can be literally, it can double your site loading speed. And let me try and show you where. Here's what I do, by the way, on my hosting versus hosting. Let's go back there. This is what I do for you. I get you to go to your hosting company that you've got already, if you've got hosting. If you haven't, well, look at my results and let me send you to the good one. But if you have got hosting and you're so proud of yourself, I'd love you to contact me, because I will test your hosting for what it's really doing for you. And it's free. How can you not want to know whether your hosting is absolute rubbish or not? Okay. Now, we're not talking about their service when you phone them for help or whether they've got all the bells and whistles. We're talking about the reality of Google, where it's got to load fast to get rankings. Okay, so you go into your hosting and you set up a subdomain and you install WordPress on it, or I'll do it for you if you give me your login, okay? And then I go and I load this website. It's an apples for apples to this one on mine. This is hosting versus hosting compare. And I'll go along and load this exact website, and then I test it for speed. Now, I haven't been updating this, my bad. But have a look. Some of these loaded in 12 seconds and others loaded in 2.9 seconds. This is from A2 hosting to AfriHost. Can you see? It's a huge difference from 12 to 2.9. The same site. All of these numbers are from exactly the same website, but on different hosting packages. So my point is, now you know if your hosting is good or not. You know what? If it's close enough, then you're fine. But if it's not, change it. So it's huge. So decent hosting, a given. WordPress, a definite. A premium WordPress theme, another definite. This is Divi, Elegant Themes Divi. This is Elegant Themes Divi. With all of these tricks and bells and whistles built in. Let's find more. Elegant Themes Divi. Elegant Themes Divi. I've got them all over the place. Elegant Themes Divi. Pretty sure I can find you one more. Go on. It doesn't matter. It's enough. I don't know what these are. These are just inside the machinery. So, Elegant Themes is a premium theme that if you get it through my link, let me go back here and tell you, that if you haven't got hosting yet, sorry about Facebook doing this to me, and you use my affiliate link, let me show you how you can get it. You go to my website that says, Designsmith Jewelry /jewelry. So designsmith.co.za /jewelry, or you use links below this video to contact me. And on here, you click on how to get your own free version of this website, and I will do all of the, there's a video, and I will install a premium WordPress thing. I'll set up your emails. I'll do all of this if you use my affiliate link, because I'll make a commission and I clone it. But you will then, there's strict rules, by the way, because you can literally add this page with your images But you only get to do them once. And if you don't give me an image, I leave a hole. And then you get a video here that says how to work with images, how to read the images, and somewhere in here, how to work on a page. 32 videos. Here we go. How to add pages. And you come in and add that video, delete it or not. So, yeah. But basically, you can get up to a 7-page website. I've even got a fashion version of this. I've got a variety of them, okay? Up to 20 or 30 of them that you could choose from. But it's Divi, so it's so customizable. And, yeah, so you could do that. Okay, so you've now got the perfect system. Now, your SEO revolves around Google loving your website. And that means you want them to send you, this is Google, the buyers for the keyword products that you sell or you manufacture, your crafting goods. And it needn't just be keywords that says grandfather clock. You could rank grandfather clocks for the keyword retirement gifts. What a perfect gift for somebody who's been with a company 35 years, 55 years, whatever it is. And they give him a custom-built grandfather clock with a plaque that says, well done, George, 40 years with HTPC engineering. Fantastic. So that's a buyer keyword of note and 2 different keywords. So you go for your keyword orientation, you build your content. Stop there. I should have structured this in notes because I've highlighted it in a different system. But let me show you. Silo structure. Well, maybe I've still got it open here. Ever teaching people about silo structure. I really have. Look at this. What is this one? Look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, here's how silo structure works. You set your content up, your core content for your perfect keywords. In a row here, keyword perfect, keyword 1, perfect, keyword 2, perfect, keyword 3, 4, 5, 10 of them if you have to. 3 is probably the minimum you should go for. And any of these pictures prove how silo structure could work. This one looks far more complicated and perhaps even better when it focuses. It's a perfect one because they've used all the words like hosting. So let's go to view image and let me show you. So obviously your keywords would be web hosting, but it'll be grandfather clocks. And then it'll be solid wood grandfather clocks, retirement gifts, whatever it is, you know. So here, shared hosting, VPS, and then cheap reseller hosting, Windows Relay. You see what they're doing? Is they're linking downwards and upwards to this keyword, more upwards, by the way, in a linking system. They're very naughty to show double arrows across here. You shouldn't do that in a silo structure. Don't link down and up. Link up more. If you, in fact, you need internal linking, as many as 4 links per page. And that's called internal linking, and it's important for Google, like a wiki structure. But it literally tells Google exactly what you're about. And so if you build your core website, those first, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4 is 24, 25, 30, about the first 35 pages. Okay? So it's exactly like it's your first 35 pages built in the system. Back to there, Rob. And each one of these are 2,000 or 3,000 words. Some of these are 2,000 words. This one maybe runs to 4,000 words. These can be 500 words. Can you see? Google loves that. You've got surveys, you've got infographics, you've got images, you've got videos. You make that page so beautiful that anybody looking for that and arrives there will just fall in love and walk away happy because they've spent time learning from an expert because it's built correctly and it shows it exactly how it should be. So fantastic stuff. All of this I will be doing for you in lots and lots of videos in the future. And in fact, depending on who asks me where, if you go to my Facebook, I have no idea where I'm at on here. On here, I'm on Arts and Crafts on Fire. So let's go to my home page. Give me a sec to bail and then close this. Sorry, where's? And, oh, Glenn, hi. Sorry about that, 1 second. And then you go to, here we go, Things to Make and Sell. Things to Make and Sell is my group. It's a public group. If you join here, you're welcome to ask me craft marketing questions. Okay, like there's my video number 3. So you're welcome to, you will get exposure there for free. Do that. Okay, so I'm kind of nearly done. How have I done here? 25 minutes, I'm doing good. Totally efficient. Well done, Rob. I'll leave you with this because I'm going to be doing a proper page for this. But while I'm talking websites, let me tell you what I am going to be offering. Once a month, I'm going to let somebody be a case study where they will get a more than $2,000, probably $3,000. Let me just think, $2,500 worth of value out of me for $1,000, because you're going to be a case study, and I'm going to be making you do more stuff to make up a bit of that. But so it's kind of like mentoring is a good word. I'm going to be doing the core of everything within that $1,000, but you will be doing things I'll tell you to do, like go fetch. I'll say to you, okay, I need you to open all of these social media accounts this week, and I'll literally list them. In fact, here they are. You're going to need a Facebook group or page. You're going to need a Twitter account, a Google Plus, a Pinterest, an Instagram, a blogger, a Tumblr. You don't necessarily need whatever this one even is. I've forgotten, that's hysterical. Or a Dig, or a Stumble Upon, or a Reddit. Delicious as a dud. But yeah, so I'm going to tell you, go and do that. When you've done that, I will hook those up for you, or better still, show you how to hook it up into an IFTTT network. So you're still getting the value from me of a $2,000 website, but only for $1,000. But you're getting on top of it hours of training that I'm going to tell you what to do next. Now do this, now do that, and it will literally shoot your page or your site to page one far faster than if you'd have been following a course, because I'm going to make you accountable for it. And I score here. So if 5 people came to me and said, make it me, I'm going to make sure you know that you must be doing stuff. That you don't think you've given me money and I wave my Harry Potter wand and bingo, blink, 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 and everything works. No, to be honest, there's something like $6,000 or $8,000 worth of work that would need to be done if you paid me to do everything, and then you can do that. Pay me $8,000, and you don't need to be a case study. I won't tell the world how we work together and what we did. I'll build your website, get it ranking. Let me think, 8, 12, it's about $8,000, and you will be getting orders pretty much after that forever. No promises, of course, but pretty much. And obviously, I'd explain it to you in a meeting. So limit only one a month for this special. That's a case study at $1,000 worth more than probably $2,500 or $3,000 with my training, etc., all built in. So that's it. I'm done with this. Your website is nowhere near getting done. All I've told you is please do decent hosting. Make sure it's self-hosted with the best WordPress theme, which is probably Divi. There's a Beaverbuild and a few others that aren't too bad. And then build it in a keyword-orientated, great content, siloed, structured, internal linked system where each one of those that you build, you share and share and share. That's what I do, by the way, here. The structure is pure laziness. When I get to this, I literally just pop over to Twitter, I click the button, it's pure laziness, and I click my video number 1 and tweet it. So this kind of sharing is lazily done, but it works. Okay, obviously down the line with you guys on all of this, this is for everybody, and including the person who's the case study, that get a more personal version. I've got tricks like this. If you go to, let's just try this. I want a free one. Amusingly enough, I can't see any free ones here. That's funny. Well, I guess I want you to buy stuff from me. Funny. But I've got tricks like this. If you went to this site, this page, okay, this is the kind of thing I'm going to teach in the future. Just before I run away, let me waste a little bit of your time. I love it when I can waste your time. I've got this treasure hunt page where you don't have to give me your email, you don't have to pay for anything, you get a free copy. All you have to do is do the treasure hunt. So here, you go to step 1, you go to Google search and you look up web design companies in Johannesburg, those words. And when you go there, let's go and look. And when you go there, you go to position more or less 16th. By the way, I was 50th. So this system that I'm showing you here has taken me from 50th to 16th. and you look for Designsmith Xhosa. So here we are, web design companies in Johannesburg, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, there, I'm 13th now. So I told you 16th, I'm 13th. I don't know if I'm going to be 13th. I hope I am on your search. I should get somebody to test it for me. Yeah, so I must already go and change it to 13, but it changes up and down. And then once they're there, they've got to go to this page and look for those words and then click the link and they get that free course, this course. Okay. Now, when they've done all of that, they've done stuff that Google loves to see. So Google presumes you were a real person searching for web design companies in Johannesburg. And when you did, you thought, oh, cool, websites near me, web designers near me. That's what they were looking for. Click. And you took a minute to find that 5-page website. Click. And Google thought you had found out what you wanted after a minute, and I get value for that, and Google pushes me up in the rankings. It's called crowd sharing or I think it's called crowdfunding. No, it's crowdfunding. Crowdsourcing, that's the word they use. So these are the kind of things I'm going to teach you in the future. Well, you can come here, by the way, follow the links and get these freebies. I'm supposed to be adding more every day. And yeah, that's it. Job done. I get the rankings, you get taught how, and we'll be good to go from there. Okay, people, as far as I can tell, I can't think of anything more that you need me to teach you here on the website for now. You probably need to know that, I'm back, you probably need to know that even though I've taken 32 minutes to tell you all of this, the reality is that your website still has to be worked on a lot, okay? So it goes back to what I said in the beginning. If you don't want to do the lot, pay. You still got to build it nice. I mean, you still got to navigate. It's still got to look cool. The kind of thing people hope to get on cheap or free web layouts. And if you remember, I do offer an 8-page one that you can, if you get your hosting through me, that is pretty much free. So you could go to that point to where you're ready to start paying for adverts from today on Google Ads to bring you business, and you never have to do all of this Instagram, social media. You are buying your leads and you're building, just adding a new product or two as you go, and sometimes it's the best way. Now, let me not say that this organic thing, you know, that way when you don't need business, you turn it off and you go on holiday for 3 months, because you by turning it off, you don't get orders. With this organic thing, you work very hard for a year and there's no turning it off. When you go on holiday, you've got somebody in your workshop doing it. You've got a manager answering the phone. There's no, unless you've managed to build up stock, making twice as much, and you can afford to then take that, can be done too. Sure, not for me, that's far too much planning. But yeah, that's it. So thank you for your time and trouble of joining me on this live streaming thing and watching the video if you're watching in the future. That's it. I want to leave you with that. And we will be there. There'll be links and stuff that you can follow in the future. And I appreciate your time and trouble. Cool. Take care. Cheers.